Hello, and welcome to FSHN 120 Contemporary Nutrition with me, Professor Tony Gist. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to be successful in my class. And to make it a little easier to understand or digest, I'm going to start by sharing my screen and using a PowerPoint for visuals. So when we start talking about Fission 120, I do tell a lot of stories in this class. The stories do have scientific meaning and background information you're going to want to know about, but I tell stories. Yes, you guessed it, about my family. So we've got stories about the dogs, we have stories about any one of my three kids, we have stories about my husband as well as myself. And a little bit more about myself. I'm someone who has a passion for the sciences and education. I've earned a bachelor's degree and two master's degrees from UIUC, Go Illini. And my first master's was with a focus on nutrition. My second master's was with a focus in exercise physiology. I'm also a certified personal trainer and I teach group fitness in town too. So you can meet me and talk to me about these concepts. I'm here to help. And for the past 20 or more years, I've taught classes that focus on the effects of nutrition and exercise on the body. Fascinating topics. They can be complex though, and you may feel like you are doing this class all on your own. It might be your first semester at the University of Illinois, but just know that you are not alone. We are in this together. Not only am I here to help you personally as your professor, I also have a teaching team with undergraduates and graduate students, and all of us collectively are going to make sure you are taken care of. So just know that I'm here for your success. If you want to reach out to me personally, you can subscribe to text message reminders. You can even text me back and forth. And if you want to know how to do that, see the course announcements in Canvas on the first day of class. So you've got a little time. You can also subscribe to those anytime throughout the semester if you decide you want to opt in. If you want to meet me one-on-one through Zoom, you can book a time using my You Can Book Me. And I'm also available immediately prior to the drop dead deadlines. And we'll talk about what that means in just a second. But you may wonder why you're even signed up for this class. Why take this class? Well, to me, nutrition is a real and applicable topic. In fact, there are few subjects that are as impactful as nutrition in your everyday life. Hopefully, you're eating at least once every day. But there are so many myths and misconceptions in the topic of nutrition that you have to learn how to be your own detective. And this class will provide you with the proper scientific information on the topic. For example, if you're someone who wakes up and you just run to class and you haven't eaten anything, you haven't drank anything, you just show up kind of hungry, you might want to reconsider because food helps you learn. No joke. Looking at scientific literature, it has been shown that skipping breakfast or skipping that break in your fast or the morning eating is associated with quantifiable negative consequences for academic, cognitive health, and mental health functioning. And this comes from a peer-reviewed journal article that went through an evaluated team who looked at it to make sure that it was accurate scientific information. I will state things throughout class. And then once I state the things throughout class, I will show you the first source articles or other reputable sources like National Institute for Health, the Food and Drug Administration, USDA, lots of other sources so that you can read more on your own if you want to. In fact, where you're going to find a lot of this information is in our required book. So with our required book, we wrote a book literally for you. And we wrote it because nutrition is a quickly changing field. I found that some of the books that were from traditional publishing companies, they sometimes were outdated by the time they were published. So I work with a small niche publishing company and we update this book every single semester. For example, this is the cover for your semester. You can see Oski and Vegas, who are our class mascots, and they're out in front of the Illini Union Bookstore, which is where you will pick up this required book. You'll notice that we have video quiz questions in there, which are new every single semester. We also have assignment information, which is new every semester. And we have a new semester project. And if you're wondering, well, how much is this little niche book? We've also written our own book to keep the cost down for you as much as possible. This 300-page book at the bookstore is less than $50. So, and if $50 is still too high of a price point for you, please reach out to me and I'll get you some resources that might be able to help you. If you've picked up the book already or you've looked online and seen our syllabus, check it out. when you look at the syllabus, you'll notice that it's like a contract between you, me, and the University of Illinois. I have to adhere to this syllabus. And if you want the steps to success, read it. It will tell you everything that's expected of you. It even tells you the course objectives. And you'll notice the last course objective here states, I want you to develop a lifelong interest in nutrition. I do. And we also want you to learn how to be scientifically literate and interpret accurate nutrition information that you want to apply to your life. We have the class set up in a very methodical way to kind of trick you into learning, no joke. So just go with it. Just be tricked, learn nutrition, apply it to your life, embrace it because it'll be a fun semester. So at the beginning of the chapters that have the nutrition information, we have a video quiz. So we've created videos tailored for you that are anywhere between about 3 minutes and about 10 minutes. And the videos have questions that are associated with them. Those questions are going to be in your book, written out. And then what you're going to do is try to answer those questions as you're watching the video itself. Use pencil to write in your book so you can erase it, write notes in there, etc. Each of the 12 chapters has a video quiz, and that's going to help you get introduced into the topic itself. So with the video quiz, like I said, you can answer the questions in your book, and then you'll be tested using the actual quiz in Canvas, our learning management system. But not to worry, it sounds like it's stressful, sounds like it's scary, but it's not, because you have unlimited takes on the video quizzes before the deadline, and the highest score is recorded. In fact, even if you forget one of the Monday deadlines, the lowest 2 video quizzes will be dropped. Only the top 10 video quizzes will count towards your overall grade. Well, let's say you missed the 10:59 p.m. Monday deadline and you wake up Tuesday morning bright and early at 8 a.m. and you go, oh my goodness, I don't want to use that as one of my drops. Or let's say you go to bed early on Monday night because you weren't feeling very well, but you have your alarm set for Tuesday morning. You can have an automatic extension until 10 a.m. on Tuesday to get that video quiz turned in without any penalty whatsoever. In fact, I have office hours between about 9:30 and 10 o'clock to make sure that you are taken care of. And we have a virtual tutoring center open between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. most days of the week. And so with that, my team members are here to help you through Zoom. I'm here to help you in person. We are here to make sure you're taken care of. We also want you to understand the terms that we're going to be using to discuss the topic. For example, if you don't know what a MUFA is and we start talking about it in lecture, you might feel left behind. So what we've done is we have encouraged you to learn your definitions by giving you an incentive. Again, we're tricking you into learning. We have these definition inquisition quizzes. Each of the 12 graded chapters will contain a DI quiz. And they're application-based questions focusing on only the deadlines that are noted in the text. So you can have your textbook open or that book that we wrote open for you, and you can use them to answer the questions and make sure you understand how they apply to everyday life. So you're going to be tested using the definition inquisition, but you're only going to have 3 takes on this one. It will note which questions are wrong, but you're going to have to learn from your mistakes. But not to worry, again, we have those open office hours and your highest score of those 3 is recorded, not the average, not the last one you took, the highest score. The lowest 2 definition inquisitions or missed ones will be dropped. So only the top 10 definition inquisition quizzes will count towards your grade. These are also due 11:59 p.m. on most Mondays, and additionally, there's also an extension until 10 a.m. on Tuesday if you need it. But please stop in our office hours or my office sometime between 9 and 10 a.m. to make sure that you're taken care of if you have any pressing questions. In the middle of the week, we then go through lecture. We have opportunities for you to engage with the material. And then by Thursday, we have a reflective assignment that is due at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday evenings. With those reflective assignments, they are going to earn you points every single chapter. So each of the 12 graded chapters will contain a chapter assignment as a capstone. You're going to be tested using the assignments in Canvas, and there is only one submission of this. So make it a good one. Make sure you know what it is that you are answering and that you are totally confident and comfortable in your answers. The lowest 2 chapter assignments will be dropped, and the top 10 chapter assignments will count towards your grade. Just as it was with the Monday deadlines with the automatic extension, here we have an automatic extension until Friday morning at 10 a.m. if you absolutely need it. But please try to get things in by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, because at 10 a.m. on Friday, we release the answers and we can't accept anything beyond that, really. You'll have to use it as a drop at that point, or make it up during reading day if you qualify. We want to know if you can apply this information to your life. So we have a 12-step semester project. These steps lean on you tracking only 3 days of your food intake during the whole entire semester, 3 days total. That's it. So you're expected to complete the semester project with the 12 steps, and it's going to challenge your knowledge of the material as it's applied to your life in those 3 days. And the semester project is a dietary analysis project that takes you stepwise through your personal dietary analysis and reflection of those 3 days. However, if you have any concerns using MyFitnessPal, tracking your dietary intake, or if you've had a prior unhealthy relationship with food, or you've had body dysmorphia, let us know as soon as possible. We're happy to provide you a modification and an alternate 12-step project, because we are most concerned about healthy behaviors. We're in this together. That's all I'm concerned about. Health, wellness, you making sure you're learning this material and being able to apply it. So we have the ability for you to meet with your lead professor, as well as all of our teaching team. If you want to know what my office hours are throughout the semester, and even during finals week, we don't have a final in here, but I'm still available during finals week. I'll be available the hour prior to the automatic extension on chapter materials to help with any problems or last minute emergency questions. That's why I'm available that last 9:30 to 10 o'clock a.m. on Tuesdays as well as Fridays. So like I said, most of the time I'm not there exactly at 9 a.m. It's closer to 9:30, but 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays. My team will be available through Zoom from 9 to 10 a.m. So they're there for you in that window if you need it. And I also have other times that you can meet with me through You Can Book Me. If you're wondering about grading, we have a very straightforward grading scale. 90, 80, 70, 60 is pretty much the percent breakdown, but we are a points-based class. So you're going to see your points go up every time you turn something in. You turn in a video quiz for chapter 1, you do fantastic on it, 10 points gets added in. You then turn in the definition inquisition quiz, you do perfect on that as well, you add another 20 points on. And so your goal is to keep adding those points up until you hit 900 points by the end of the semester, which will earn you the highest GPA possible. Obviously, if you're a little bit shy of that, you might get a B, a C, or something lower, but you can see where your grade is at any time. If you're striving for that A+, if you want to do the extra credit, that's definitely going to buffer your grade as well as allow you to potentially earn that A+, because you have to earn over 1,000 points for you to get that A+, which means you have to do extra credit for you to earn that A+. It won't change your GPA to get an A+ versus an A, but it is something that makes you feel good, makes you pat yourself on the back. So with our grading scale, like I said, I will keep repeating it all semester long. We are a points-based class. 1,000 or more points is an A+. 4.0 GPA, highest letter grade possible, still the same GPA if you get 900 to 1,000 points. 800 to 899.9 is a B, 700 to 799.9 is a C, and 600 to 699.9 is a D. Hopefully no one gets less than 600 points. So try to shoot for at least that 900 points, because that 900 points in the class is the highest GPA possible. But we have lots of room for success. We have many dropped assessments. We have 2 dropped video quizzes, 2 dropped definition inquisition quizzes, 2 dropped reflective assignments, 2 dropped semester project steps, and we have over 30 points of extra credit. The first week of class, where we have a wellness week, you can earn quite a few extra credit points by signing your contract saying you're going to engage in the note packet and take notes. You earn another 10 points extra credit. And if you're ever not sure what it is that's expected of you, Ask a question. You can post in the help discussion board in Canvas. We will reply during our office hours. And if it's a question that can benefit others, you're also helping your fellow classmate. Any student can go to the virtual tutoring center to see me right before a deadline for last minute questions. Again, within that hour of that automatic extension. So again, 9 to 10 a.m. I'll be in there sometime in that window on Tuesdays as well as on Fridays. And then we also have the virtual tutoring center open Monday through Friday with my team helping answer questions the whole time. And any student can subscribe to remind text messages and I'll reply to those as well. I try to reply as soon as I'm able. Most of the time it's within an hour in the middle of the day or definitely by the next day. And if you're wondering what our deadlines are, just look to our schedule. The schedule is pretty hard and firm and fast. You'll notice the very first week is focusing on wellness, asking you why you signed up for this class, asking you what you'd like to see in the future as far as class timings, offerings, and more, as well as getting you acclimated with the class setup. And you get extra credit by engaging in this material. We then move on to the graded chapter material, which is chapter 1, how to be a nutrition detective. Then the following week, evaluate what's on your plate, and so on. Don't miss a deadline. Your first major deadline is Thursday, August 29th with those extra credit submissions. Take advantage of them. That's the only way to get that A+. Extra credit all the way. And with the extra credit, we actually have a little contract that's in your textbook where if you get that textbook before the first day of class, and you sign the contract sharing that you're going to take notes in each chapter, we make sure we give you extra credit. So take a picture yourself on campus with your book, with your signed contract. And the reason we also do this is because there will be other pictures that you must submit in Canvas from the packet or the book later in the semester. So this is a way for us to check to make sure you're ready for success. The whole first week is setting you up for success. To make sure that those of you who have disabilities are on track for success, we do want to make sure that we hook you up or remind you to talk to Disability Resource Educational Services to obtain disability-related academic adjustments or aids. What we want to do is make sure that you have what we call a letter of accommodation. And if you don't have one yet, and you had maybe an IEP in high school, we want you to contact DRES, one of the ways that they have available. You can visit them, you can call them, you can email them, or you can go to their website. Once you have a letter of accommodation from DRES, I then can allow accommodations in our class. Without the letter of accommodation submitted to me, I can't do anything because I do need to adhere to the syllabus. So letter of accommodation allows you to have accommodations. Without that, everything has to adhere to the syllabus. If you're someone who came into the university or you have earned the right to call yourself a James Scholar, log into Canvas. And if you want to do this class for a James Scholar project, we've got so many options for you. We are providing you a choice. So one of the choices is discuss this with an expert. We have a graduate student in our department who has these really fun online engaging Zoom discussions where you can ask questions, you can probe the topic a little further, and it's just like an hour on Thursdays, and you've got a little pre-work, a little after work. It's really fun. That would be probably the easiest or most straightforward James Scholar project. Then we also have other ones that are going to grow your resume in a very unique manner, such as writing articles that are going to be considered for publication, working with Disability Resource Education Services by captioning some scientific videos, like this one had to be captioned. And we also have the opportunity for you to work with Illini Fuel, with the NCAA athletics, and work with some of our athletic teams. Really cool. Or if you're someone who's wanting to go on and you're wanting to go into medical school and you have to get a certain number of hours of volunteerism in a health-related field, we'll give you a thumbs up and James Scholar credit for that, but you have to make sure it's not double dipping with something else that you are getting credit for, like for your RSO or for your other college or other activities. Just make sure that our volunteer experience is specific to this class and you're not getting credit elsewhere for it. If you put in that 2 to 3 hours or more a week, you can earn that honors designation, either an A+H, an AH, or a BH if you are a James Scholar and you submit the forms properly. We have this class set up so you have choices with your learning modality. You are able to choose what section you wanted to be in, whether it be in person, Tuesday and Thursday for an hour and a half each time, or online asynchronous, or even in person with a hybrid 50-minute, 50-minute lecture or discussion, or even a synchronous online option. So we have all these different options that you have chosen from, and we want to make sure that you are ready for success. So with that in mind, get your book, sign your contract, do the extra credit, reach out if you have questions. I want to see you all succeed. Have a great start to your semester. Just know that I'm here for you.